Have you ever found yourself questioning what the future of what we do will look like in 5 years, 10 years, or even 15 years? Welcome to the Final Expense Sales Academy, the hub for mastering the art of final expense life insurance sales. If you're looking to become a pro in the final expense industry, you're in the right place. My name is Kyle Williams, and I'm your host to go through the ins and outs of the final expense business, from tips to tricks to industry insights. We cover everything you need to close deals with confidence, provide true value to your clients, and become a better insurance agent. So hit that subscribe button. Let's get started on elevating your sales game one video at a time. Guys, in this episode, we are going to talk about the future of final expense insurance sales. Have you ever found yourself questioning what the future of what we do will look like in 5 years, 10 years, or even 15 years? If you've been in the business for at least 5 years, I'm sure you've noticed some changes in the business. Our business, just like every other business sector, is constantly changing. Now, let me give you an example of just the last 5 years. So prior to 2020, telesales really wasn't that popular. There were some places that were effectively selling over the phone, but it wasn't really widespread. The predominant method of sales was in person. Fast forward to 2025, I'd say it's probably 50-50 or maybe even 60-40 telesales. Now, with the rise of AI, I've seen some doubts and concerns about the future viability of our industry. There's a lot of people in panic about what AI is going to do to our salespeople. So in this video, I'm going to talk through it. Sure, AI could be daunting, and to be honest with you, I think it's going to replace some jobs. The skills and the speed at which AI can perform tasks is really incredible. Now, we're in the early phases of AI, and it will continue to get better and better. Now, will AI be good enough to replace insurance agents? My answer to that is no. Now, let me elaborate on that. Life insurance is not transactional. It requires it to be sold to that individual. Some insurance is transactional, but life insurance is always optional, and it will always require to be sold. There's an emotional attachment to life insurance. We're selling, basically, them a death policy. We're selling them a policy for whenever they pass away. What do they want their goals to be whenever they pass away? What do they want to leave this behind for? And emotion is only something that humans can have. Artificial intelligence cannot have emotions. I can see AI disrupting some customer service type roles in 5 to 10 years, but I have a really hard time seeing how AI will replace sales agents, especially in the life insurance sector. So in 5 to 10 or maybe 15 years, will final expense life insurance even be relevant? Absolutely. Let me tell you why. There will always be a need for life insurance for people older than the age of 50. Workplace, and here's why. Workplace insurance is not changing. Most people have insurance on their job, and that's not changing. So whenever they leave their job, they're losing their insurance. They can't take it with them. They can, but the price of it is just astronomical. We're going to continue to live longer as our health care gets better. So now people are going to be retiring and living longer. The cost of living will continually to increase, affecting the retirement savings of the individual. So they'll deplete their retirement savings, so they will be forced to have to buy some type of final expense life insurance policy if they've not thought about it already. And the last thing is the lack of financial responsibility in America still runs rampant. So the need for final expense life insurance will still be relevant. These people are still going to spend every dollar that they make, so they're going to have something in place to take care of their final expenses. Who will we sell to in 5, 10, or even 15 years? Well, it's not really that hard. We will be selling to people who are currently 40, 45, and 50 years old. That'll be our primary target market. Now, here are some disruptors that I can see happening in the final expense insurance industry. Number one is the leads. How individuals in that age bracket interact with mail versus like post office mail versus online is drastically different than the people in their 60s today, 50s and 60s today, or even 70s today. So they're more apt to be online versus doing stuff through the mail. Another disruptor I see for individuals is selling over the phone for that age bracket. A lot of individuals in that age bracket just simply don't answer phone numbers that they do not know. And there's also some infant stages of technology to prevent calls from coming through on phone numbers that they don't recognize. And I also see some laws coming in. There's already some laws, and I see more laws coming into place about telemarketing. And I can see telesales being disrupted for individuals trying to get people on the phone. So that is one space that I see some disruption is in the telesale side of final expense. Now, for in-person sales, really all they have to have is a front door, and nobody's going to be getting rid of front doors anytime soon. So for in-person sales, as far as going to see the people, that's not going to change. Now, your lead generation is going to change. You're probably going to have to pivot from direct mail to more of a digital lead because that's where our demographic will be heading. But as far as going to see the people, that'll always be relevant there. Now, for the people who are throwing out fear that the final expense insurance business is going away, that's just simply not going to happen. That's not true. As we just laid out, there's some pretty compelling things that things aren't going to change. Now, the method in which that we do it may change. That's just called adapting. This business has been around for a long time, and it's not going away anytime soon. Some of the companies and the big players that were in play even 20 years ago are not here, but things changed, and the market adapts, and if you're willing to adapt and deal with the changes, you'll be here as well. So it's just being able to roll with the adaptations that happen and always be looking to try to get better. You'll find yourself selling final expense life insurance for a long time. There will be an excess amount of clients that we can sell to. We're never going to have a shortage, and you can set yourself up to have a great career for a long period of time and make a great living for you and your family. So I hope this provides some optimism and sometimes the doom and gloom that gets cast over things changing. So be optimistic. Know that the insurance business is not going anywhere. Now try to be real and predict some changes that may be happening in the market and try to get ahead of it so that way you don't get extinct by not changing. Don't be the next Blockbuster. Be okay with change, and because the things are going to change. Stay in tune with what's going on in the marketplace and how to effectively acquire clients. So I hope you found this video valuable to you, and if you had any questions, comment below. Be sure to subscribe so that way you catch our latest content. And if you did find it valuable, share it with your friends, share it on social media, and we will see you in the next episode.